Hi, I'm Alex Clark. What's this? I have no arms and legs. I'm scared. Will you help me get my arms and legs back? Hello, young animators. This is an idea for the new animators and the wannabe animators and the not sure how to animate animators. This is going to be a collaborative character, and we wanted, maybe this is a good idea, we can do other collaborative characters. So I've got Alex Clark's character here, and what I've done is I used a different program to draw around him. So what I've done is I've got a picture from one of his videos, and I drew around him, as you can see. Let's see, here's his head, arms. And there he is. This is a character from one of his videos. What I've done is created different layers. So legs behind. So if his legs are going to be behind his pants, his legs in front. So if you have a leg in front of his pants for some reason, maybe he's going sideways, his arms behind his body, his arms in front, his head, and then I've got all his mouth, his face features. So it's broken down to eyebrows, eyes, mouths, and different types of mouths. So we'll just get rid of this guy here. Right, so the whole idea is for people can draw different parts of Alex. So if you're only good at drawing arms, then you just draw an arm. So let's just do an arm. So let's do an arm behind. Let's do another arm. So here's his right arm here. Let's do another right arm. So I'm going to go in. This is a Fire Alpaca or Medibang Pro. Same thing. So I'm just going to create a new layer, and I'm just going to rename it R arm for right arm, B for behind, and 2. And then I'm going to go over to my pen tool here, and I'm going to just draw. Now I'm going to start behind and draw it up. Oh, now I picked the wrong color, so I'm going to click here and pick the right color and Control Z. And let's do something like, oh no, I'm touching my head. Now, I don't know if the arm is too big, so let's just have a look here. Let's get rid of arm 1. And that arm, it doesn't look too good. So let's just go back and now this is being done with a mouse. If you can do it with a tablet, of course you're going to do better. Now with Fire Alpaca, when you paint, it will not paint behind the body. So let's have a look behind the body. Where's the body? Get rid of the body, and we want to fill that in there. So there you go. Let's have a look at him. And he looks pretty good. Alex has more of a fluid style. So I think this is pretty good. So now what I would do is I would get rid of his face, get rid of his head. Let's just close a lot of this stuff down here. And let's see, what are we getting rid of? We're doing arms and behind, right? So we'll get rid of that, get rid of the body, get rid of his pants. And we can see we got a bit of a problem here. So we want to go in there and we're going to his right arm and just close it up there. Now what I would do is I would save this part out, save it as, and I've got Alex parts, and I would want to do it as a PNG, and then I would do that as R arm B2.png and then save it. And I want it as a transparent PNG. And let's go over to our parts, and you can see his arm. Now, when people want to do a video, they can use different parts. So they can either pick that arm or they can pick this arm. So let's bring back in his parts. Now, let's have a look at his mouths. I've done different mouths. So I've done a different mouth like that. So we would get people to make multiple different mouths. And the eyes generally are the same. So with Alex, his eyes are the same. So what we can, but he has different eyebrows. So let's have so you can see by changing his eyebrows, he gets a different expression. Now in this particular program, I have to highlight the features, and I'm going to use the control and then the mouse. And then I'm going to use this thing here, the move tool. I'm not a very good Fire Alpaca person. And then you can move it down, and now you can do another frame, right? So you could and then you could do File, Save As, and have another frame. So this is good for doing almost like frame by frame. And then, of course, you draw another arm, and you keep these different arms. And then you build up a many arms. So now you can just keep reusing the arms, reusing the mouths, and reusing the eyes, and reusing the eyebrows. You only have to have one character. So the whole idea is that everybody here chips in, and maybe we all make a video of Alex Clark. So let's try, this is Fire Alpaca. Let's try a different program. So let's try GIMP. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Alex here, and I've got some other parts of him. Let's look at this part. This was my template that I used. So I'm going to drag it into GIMP. And here it also says that the headline is 35 pixels, the eyebrows are 17 to 20 pixels, the body line is 30 pixels, the pants line. So it shows you how thick everything should be. So I'm going to get myself a brush here. Now this brush is probably this one, and if I draw it, that's fine. Now that's 35 pixels. So let's go in and have a look, because I think the head is 35 pixels. And we'll go in close, and that looks about right. So if we wanted to draw extra eyebrows for Alex, we could do a new layer. And what are his eyebrows? His eyebrows are 17.5 to 20. So let's go in here and pick 17. Let's do 17.5. And we're on a new layer. And let's just draw an eyebrow. Now that's really, really crappy, right? So what you can use is you can use this tool here, which is your path tool, and you can click the path, and there we go. And then let's just do another one over here. There we go. Oh, let's get rid of that one and do that. Now what we can do is come into Edit, Stroke Path, 17. We set 17.5, 17.5. And you want anti-aliasing on. Click that, and there you go. Now let's get rid of, let's go into the eraser and just erase this part out. Oops, the wrong layer. Erase this part out. That's okay. We'll just pick this color and just drop it in there just to see what it looks like. But you can see now you can draw different eyes. Now we can just paint. Oh, here we go. So you can see if you do things on different layers, then you don't mess up other layers. So then what we can do here is we can take that, and then we can go export as Alex parts, and then I can pick eyebrows. Now I've exported it out. Now what I could do is I can go over to the Discord. Now where's the Discord? I don't have the Discord going, so let's get the Discord going. Go into Yak, and then upload it to the collab area. So the way you would do that on Windows is go here, get his eyebrows, drag it over, and here, and just drag and drop. Now I'm not going to drag and drop it here. Okay, now I'm going to try and draw a mouth. Let's see. Mouth was 17.5, I think. Let's have a go. Pick a different color, of course. That looks right. Okay, we're going to draw a mouth. And as you can see, it's really crummy. So we're again going to come back to this tool here, and let's just do that. And then we can drag these things out and get rid of them and move them around and get rid of that and bring that over there. Get rid of that one and bring that up just so it looks a little bit more fluid. And then you come over here and you mess around with these things here like that. Let's get this one over here. That looks more like an Alex mouth. And we make sure we want to do this on a new layer. Do a new layer. Here we go. And we stroke the path, and we've still got 17.5. So there we go. Now what we could have done is we could also put his tongue in. So let's just get a new thing here. Oops. Pick it right here. And we want to make sure this overlaps here. And then come over here and make sure it overlaps there. And let's have a look. See how it looks. Oops. There we go. And also want to do his teeth, right? So we click here. We don't want to click. If we click on this line, it'll select that line. So we just want to click near that line. And then we're going to come over here. And we can bypass it a little bit. And then we just come in here and like that. And come over here like this. And there we go. So let's have a look. Let's stroke this one. So we go here, stroke path. And let's make sure we got our lines set up right. We want this round thing here. And let's see how that worked out. That works pretty good. Now we've got a bit of a sharp angle here, so let's Control Z that, and let's go back into our stroke path and choose our line style, and let's choose a little bit of a rounded style here. And you can see it gets you a bit of a rounded style here. So let's close that off, and now what we're going to do is, now I don't know what colors the mouths are, so we've got something here, so let's just go get, let's just have a look at this color here. So we've got 250, 94, 94. So we'll go in here, and we'll go back to here, and go into the colors, and go, where are we here? 250, 94, 94, and that didn't work, did it? Oh, here we go, RGB. 250, 94, 94. And there's our color. And now what we could do is we can do a new layer, and we have this layer below, and we use the U, and we select that layer. Oops, we go up, sorry, we go up here. Go up here, select that layer, use the select and grow it. Let's do it by 2. And then you go to the bottom layer, and then you use the paint bucket tool and you paste below. And what it's going to do is it's going to paint it in. Right, so that's exactly what we want. Now let's just swap up here, go up to here again, use the U key, select it, grow it, and then go down to the next layer and paint the white for the teeth. And then we just go up here and click that, and go up to this layer, you select it, grow it, go down to the bottom layer and paste it. And there we go. Now let's have a look, see how he looks on Alex. And that looks pretty good. Now let's see if we can put this into a layer group. Now we can't. So let's just move this guy up here, just so you can see how it looks. And that looks like a pretty good mouth. That looks like a pretty good Alex Clark mouth. So what I can do is I can hide all that and then go export as, into my parts, and I can just say mouth, PNG. Now that should fit, and I should be able to bring this into Fire Alpaca, so let's have a look. Let's go to my parts, Alex parts. Here's mouth, and I'm just going to drag it up here. And it looks like it's a little out of whack, but as you can see, it looks pretty good. That looks like an Alex Clark mouth. Right, let's try another program. This one is called Inkscape. It's actually a pretty good program. What you need to do first is you need to come into document properties and change the document properties to 3500 by 3500. So here. And I think that's all we need. What we're going to do is we're going to drag in an Alex, this guy here, drag him in. We don't care what that says. And let's just get him in this boxy area. There we go. So now another thing we can do is use this thing here, and it's just to draw circles. So what we're going to do is we're going to, let's see, if we click here, say black, color black, click to set fill. And so fill we want is this, and then we're going to hold the shift control to set the stroke. And let's go in here like that. And the stroke is a little bit small, so we're going to go over here where we go, fill in stroke. Where is it? Here it comes. So the stroke style, we're going to want to change that to 17.5 is about right. That's exactly what we want. So let's come over here and let's do a mouth. Now we want to do layers. So layers over here. So if I know Shift Control L, we'll put our layers here. So let's just go over here and do a new layer. Now layers don't work quite as well as they do in GIMP, but let's just go around, and this is all being done with the mouse. Okay, so now we can go in here and edit this. And I find this makes really much smoother looking lines. And that looks pretty good. So what we're going to do is come in and do the tongue. Oops. We want this one. There's that. And let's do the tooth. And there we go. Now we want to color. And this could get a little tricky. So let's see. The color we want. There's two ways to do this. You can just basically get rid of this and save this out and then bring it into Fire Alpaca and paint it. And that's the method I'm going to use. So I'm going to export the bitmap. And I'm going to say this is 3500 here by 3500. I think that's what works. And we're going to find out what we want to send it to. No, so now it's folder. Nope. Let me say, close enough to. Oops. And we'll export that. Now that was might look pretty big. I have a feeling that's not working right. Oh, here, something got changed. This is pretty fun. Oh, here we go. Page. Here we go. You need to make sure you have page set up. And 144 DPI. So try 3500. Forget about the DPI here. So if you export, let's go back again. This one's a bit finicky, and I don't use this very often, but it's gonna work. Let's say mouth 2 then. Let's try mouth 3. Okay, let's go over to our parts. Where's mouth 3? Here's mouth 3 here, so we'll drag mouth 3 into Fire Alpaca again, and we'll just stick it. Where'd it go? It went up there. Okay, so it's not exactly in the right spot, so we can just bring it down. Now what we can do is we can create a new layer below, and then we can come over here, use the G key for the bucket fill, and we can bucket fill all of the parts. And there's an Alex Clark's mouth done in Inkscape, brought into Fire Alpaca, and we can see we did an Alex Clark mouth in GIMP and brought it into Fire Alpaca. Fire Alpaca is really good for painting, for doing the bucket fill, and remember you have to do it on a different line. So, is anybody interested in doing collaborative characters? Let me know in the comments.